Hello, good night. Welcome to Conversation with Rickford Burke. Let me fix a couple of things here. My camera. Are you guys hearing me? Text me, let me know. Welcome to Conversation with Rickford Burke. I'm back. Share the link, everybody. Share the link. Share the link. Good night. Good night, Leona Adams. Good night. Let me know where you guys are watching from. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night, Donna Brandt. Good night. Oh, you hear me loud and clear? Good night, Jasmine Shepherd. Good night, Bushmaster. What is that? Hey, Bushmaster, where you from, mate? Share the link, everybody. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Share the link. Share the link. If you're watching me from YouTube, ensure you subscribe. If you're watching me from Facebook, ensure you subscribe or like and follow me on all the pages you're watching on. All right. So far, I have what 2,000. Sorry, 3,030. Share the link, everybody. Share the link. Let's get a couple of thousand people here. Share the link, everybody. Share the link. Share the link. Share the link. How are you guys doing? We have lots to talk about. New president-elect of the United States. Sure, that's the one. That one still has everybody shocked. It's hot in here. Let me drink some water. And tonight I'll be responding to Bharrat Jagdeo. He think he's the tyrant in chief. So I'll be responding to Bharrat Jagdeo and his comments. He's gonna go crying to the Trump administration. Them buy a color, we all kind of name racist, corrupt, and so on. He sanctioned them. Yeah, that's Bharrat Jagdeo. He said he's gonna complain to Trump for us. Like, oh, you black people talking there, we can tell Trump, and Trump could take away your breakfast. Yeah. So share the link, everybody. Share the link. I'll be back in 30 seconds. When I get back, we'll talk. Text me, let me know where you guys are watching from in the meantime. All right. So good night, everybody. Welcome to Conversation with Rick Burke. Again, this is Rickford here in New York. I didn't have a show last week. Sorry about that. Was busy with work and other stuff. I'm back this week. Text me, let me know where you're watching from. Let me acknowledge a few of you. Good night, Jada Joseph, watching from New York. I hear you. Susan London, good night. Gail Alicock, good night. Good night, everybody. Audrey Fraser, good night. Alison Jones. I want to congratulate Jaden Jones, who's has been accepted to play basketball for Monroe College. Go, Jaden. Jaden is the son of Christopher Jones, of course, who is the chief whip of the opposition in the Parliament of Guyana. I'd like to talk about our previous show. Let me see where the audience was from, how many people watched, etc. Let's see if we could pull that up quickly. Text me in the meantime. Let me know your issues, your feeling about U.S. elections. Good night, Jason Crunchman. Good night, good night, good night. You're wondering if what? I didn't get to see that. That just let me see. Let me see. Wow. So 176,000 people watched the last show. Not at the same time, but to date. I want to see where those people came from. Let me look at the stats. All right, so let's see. All right. So of that stats he had, I'm not going to see all. I'm not sure why. Oh, let me see. Oh, here you go. So we had of the 176,000 people that watched the show so far. That's the last show, last week for the last. 57.2% were female, and 42% were men. So we had out of Guyana, 23,000 persons, 60%. The United States, 9,023. Canada, 911. United Kingdom, 708. Barbados, 607. Trinidad and Tobago, 597. Wow. Nigeria, 338. Wow. Nigeria. 300. Oh, you're not seeing it there. Nigeria, 300 and. So this is a real big global audience. Nigeria, Antigua, 271. India, I kid you not, India, 258 people from India watch the show. Look there, India. Suriname, 163. Top cities: Georgetown, New York, Linden, Buxton, Vreden Hoop. Wow. 1,200 and something from Linden, Buxton, 844, Vreden Hoop, 493, New Amsterdam, 483, Barbados, 419, and more, 378. I kid you not. 378 people from Enmore. Bartica. Okay, Bartica, 373. At the bottom there, Bartica. And Toronto, Canada, 365. That's the last show. Keep sharing the link, everybody. Keep sharing the link. So that's why Bart them just get all that worked up when I come on to talk, right? They're like, how dare this black guy come back here and talk this thing, attack that, them people. We are supreme. All right, ready to go. So Bharrat Jagdeo, who's the vice president of Guyana, is all bent out of shape because Afro-Guyanese in the diaspora have freedom of speech. He said he's going to ask Trump to take it away. I kid you not. Bharrat Jagdeo, the vice president of Guyana, Mr. Propaganda, Mr. Lie, man who formed death squads that killed over 1,400 people, man who was caught on video trying to negotiate a $500,000 bribe with a U.S. media company. He said he's going to complain to Trump for us. How dare you black people have a voice? I kid you not. That's what he said. You don't believe me? Let's hear him.
We would also work with his administration to debunk a lot of the lies being peddled by some forces, including the opposition. For the past several years, they have been meeting US government officials and have been telling a bunch of lies to them. Almost every mission that comes to Guyana from the United States of America, they have a standard mantra. The PPP is racist, the PPP is corrupt, the PPP is incompetent, the PPP squanders oil money, and the PPP doesn't like the United States of America. We are in bed with the Chinese. This is their standard narrative. Every mission that comes to Guyana, I can predict what they will say to them. And of course, the facts are very different. And we have also been meeting with those officials to set the record straight. So I think those officials are pretty much aware of the transgressions, because what I say here at the press conference we also speak to them about this. The transgressions on procurement and the systemic improvements that we have made to
First of all, hold on. Bharrat Jagdeo just said he is going to go to Trump and ask Trump to debunk lies Guyanese are telling on the government of Guyana. First of all, he's going to the wrong place to debunk lies and misinformation. That's the first thing, right? Trump is the king of misinformation. Be that as it may, he's going to Trump. Now, did you guys keep sharing the link, everybody? This is the government. He's representing the government of Guyana. And he's saying, oh, thank God Trump won. We're going to go to Trump and ask Trump to debunk. It's like Trump don't have nothing else to do but to sit down and listen to a racist down in Guyana complain about Afro-Guyanese, black people calling him a racist. I mean, that's what it is. That's what it is. Keep sharing the link, everybody. So Bharrat Jagdeo, the vice president of Guyana, believes the Trump administration has nothing else to do but to sit and listen to him complain. That one there call me racist, this one there say me corrupt, that one there say me thief money, that one there so sanction them for me. It is the most idiotic thing I have ever heard. Vacuous, insipid. He's not even embarrassed. I mean, if Trump sees a paper with his name on it, he probably use it for toilet paper. Oh, toilet paper. I mean, these guys believe that they're so powerful because they have oil resources. It's like, oh, what? I mean, let's play it again. I mean, some people are going to tell me that I lie. So let me play it again. Keep sharing the link, everybody. Let me play this video, this clown, with the comments this clown Bharrat Jagdeo just made.
We would also work with his administration to debunk a lot of the lies being peddled by some forces, including the opposition. For the past several years, they have been meeting U.S. government officials and have been telling a bunch of lies to them.
First of all, Bharrat Jagdeo is a racist. That's a fact. The PPP government practices racial discrimination against blacks, and their philosophy of governance is racism. The PPP government does practice procurement fraud. They use all the resources of the government for their own ethnic collective. That's a fact. Anybody could debunk that. That's a fact. Now that we started to point that out, right? They're running scrambling, trying to get black people and give them 1 and 2 little contract for clean drain and clean trench. Basically, government employees. That's what they're doing. These are contractors. Giving a man a job to clean a trench, that's not a contractor. That's an employee. But because they want to throw in a couple of black people in their contractor pool and say, hey, we have 3,000 contractors, 40% are black, when they're hiring them to clean trenches. That's not a contractor. A contractor is somebody who you hire and you give a massive contract to. Those are the ones we're talking to. Well, our definition of a contract, we're talking about those $100 million contracts. All go to East Indians. All. 99% go to East Indians. 99%. I have been collecting, and they're so bold, they take the pictures out of these contractors and put it in the press. Here we just signed a $300 million contract. Here we just signed a $2.5 billion contract. Right? And we have all the photographs of these people. All of the photographs of these people. And Bharrat Jagdeo is saying that's lied. And let us for 1 minute say that even if that is not true, what is Trump going to do about that? It's like burn up the US Constitution, say to Aubrey Norton, hey, you, don't say Bharrat is a racist. Hey, you in America, you don't have free speech. The other thing about them is that they think that they could sit down in Guyana and fabricate criminal allegations against those of us that they hate in America because we have free speech to expose their atrocities, expose people they kill, expose their racism. They think that they can sit down in Guyana and say, hey, are the one, come here. Write up on paper and say, Bork try for rob me, right? And we go carry him to a DPP, and DPP go say, charge him. And I go send him to America, all right? And then go send back Bork and charge him. He come here, I will go kill him. I will go kidnap him and carry him by the highway and shoot him at the head. Like, they literally think that they could sit in Guyana and fabricate criminal charges against us in America. Against me, Mark, and Melly Mel. Because we are the ones talking out. In Guyana, you talk against them, they kill you. They frame you and arrest you. We all saw what they try to do. They send the police to plant drugs in Melly Mel's mother's home and get caught. Right? And you know what they were going to say? They were going to write the US government and say, hey, we find drugs in Melly Mel's mother's house, and Melly Mel is the one that getting the drugs. The mother ships the drug to Melly Mel. We want you to charge Melly Mel because she's in a conspiracy to do drugs. I mean, this is what these people are. $10,960 people watching. Keep sharing the link, everybody. But here's the other thing too. Let's listen to Jagdeo again.
We would also work with his administration to debunk a lot of the lies being peddled by some forces, including the opposition. For the past several years, they have been meeting.
All right. So he said he's going to work with the administration. I mean, let's take him serious for a minute. I mean, it's pro poppycock. But every Thursday, Bharrat Jagdeo sits right down there and lie and smear people. Is he going to go confess that to Trump? Here's the Attorney General of Guyana saying, I'm a racist, me thief money from Indian businessman, meet up on America, sex. This is the Attorney General of Guyana. Listen to him.
And that brings me to this lunatic who is in America by the name of Resppnding. I never spent time speaking about this man because to me he's not worth my time. But now I see he has been attacking me all the time, calling me racist, calling me murderer, that I have murdered Crummy Wing. This man, Resppnding, let me tell you a little about him. I never bothered with him because he's one of those fringe element people, you know. They're mad. They have a loose screw in their head. They are extremists. People don't take them seriously. But apparently he's writing the US government about me. So I have to deal with him now. Resppnding used to be an advisor, a personal assistant to Desmond Hoyt. He was dismissed from that position and chased out of the PNC because of dishonesty. There are a number of businessmen now who are still looking for Rickford Bork. He took money from them. He robbed them. He defrauded them. The Guyana Police Force is still looking for Rickford Bork. This man is a thief. And I want him.
That is the Attorney General of Guyana. That's the Attorney General of Guyana. That Bork is a thief. I left Guyana when I was a teenager, and I'm proud to say at that age, I was not a personal assistant, special assistant and chief of staff. Well, special assistant to the president, and then chief of staff to Mr. Hoyt as opposition leader. He signed up on sex registry list. Mr. Hoyt fired me. Everybody in Guyana knows Mr. Hoyt is the father to me. Complete lies. Every single thing that he just said there, he made up. But them they say, must stop. And I'm and these people must respond to them. Because if you answer, we could tell Trump. My advice to Bharrat, work with the Trump administration to debunk the lies from the Attorney General of Guyana. It went further. The Attorney General of Guyana came to this country and told the people I should be killed. I just had a meeting today with the NYPD about that matter. I should be killed. And then they said it's lies. And because the NYPD had an I-card for his arrest, and it got into the press, he started on a vendetta, a revenge campaign to slander me. So that's his response. So he must come to America, call for me to be killed, and I mustn't do anything about it because he's a superior East Indian. He's superior to me? Then he gets some man in Guyana to say, and I mean, the funny thing about it is that these guys feel so confident in their lives. He tried to get some BM sort man for go and say, Bork tried to extort him because I told him that they're defrauding their customers, and tried to put some reporter to say, oh, he know me and I talked to him. The man go to court the other day, the man couldn't even answer the question. But these guys, I mean, these guys, I don't know, it's a banana republic. It's a banana republic. Put a man for go and say, I sent a reporter to he for collect $700. $700. $700 US. I don't know the man, never see the man, never hear from the man, never hear about the man, never talk to the man. Police interview the man say, you know me, never talk to me, didn't even know who I am, he hear about me. Right? But that's the man they want to set up to say, I send he to some Indian businessman. And here the lie. Even though they know police interviewed the guy on video, and the man say he don't know me. I have the video. What they did not expect is that police officers would have leaked the video to us. And they know we have the video. They know the FBI has the video. Because the FBI investigated this matter. I reported it to the FBI. Right? I reported it to the FBI. Even though they know the FBI has the tape. Nanalal wrote the FBI and said, The journalist said, I am the mastermind of a massive extortion plot. And I sent him as his agent to go and collect $700 from some man. Right? But here the backstory, when we look at the videos that the police has, we find out what's the real story. The post that one of the news organizations up here posted about, they got it from CGID's page, calling on them to pay back the money. Somebody put a story on there, and they called the journalist to break into the website, a US news organization website. They tried to get the journalist to break into the website to take down the story. And the man couldn't break in the website. They paid the man the $700 to do it. And then they turn around and say, Burke said he could collect the $700. Because Burke tried to extort him for $700. $700. So here's the video of the police interview. I played it several times, but it's worth playing back again tonight. Here's the video.
To give his comment on the article, very easy.
So, is there any question you have for Mr.
From time to time, I heard you made mention about Mr. Burke. Yeah. Can you tell me who Mr. Burke is? I didn't hear it correct. Alright, that's one of Mr. Darwin's head. That's not it. You ever met this person? Never did. Spoke to him? I think they're overseas. Never did. Look, working for Darwin, I wasn't given access to certain things. Yeah.
You hear that? Do you know Mr. Burke? No. I know he got a friend named Darwin Best in Guyana. And he know Darwin Best, and he hear Darwin talk about me. Right? But the Attorney General of Guyana, boldly, he got more cojones than a coconut tree, wrote the State Department to tell the State Department, that man there who just said that he don't know me, say, he know me, he talked to me, and I sent it to a man to collect some money. They think they could frame people all the way in Guyana. And they think the United States government is Guyana. Cake shop, rum shop, PPP, Banana Republic government. But here the other part of the video with the young man.
I was still confused.
So the money you are in your possession, right?
Yeah.
And the money Mr. Here you are in his possession. Did you extort that from Mr. Marvin?
Hell no. Mrs. Man, oh come on. Mr. Marvin is paying his way from day down to get himself out. I was his only hope, which is he called me and he said, look, he said the police can't do nothing for me. He said so because he was trying to get this Mr. Green man to get me, and I was refusing based on my rights that I'm not coming because there's not a case against me.
There we go. So some Mohammed man, the same man who decided to try to extort, call him and offer him $50,000. You heard the man just said, did you extort the money? Hell no, the man offered me the money for take down the thing. But the Attorney General of Guyana wrote the State Department, said this is a grand extortion scheme. Right? But he did more. And based on that, they sent the police to my house to threaten me. A police officer from Guyana jumped on a plane, well, the whole world knows that now, came to my house here with a gun to threaten me, right? Claim they want to serve me some paper or whatever it is. New York City Police Department called it international terrorism. But here was the other thing. So the State Department called in the ambassador in Washington to ask them on what basis they could send a police officer to somebody's house in Brooklyn. And the man said the Attorney General of Guyana going to respond. The Attorney General responded in a letter to the State Department admitting that they sent a police officer to my house and said a judge, a Guyanese, sorry, not even a judge, a magistrate. A Guyanese magistrate tell them send an officer to my house. Right? That is what the Attorney General wrote the State Department to tell them they got the power to send somebody from Guyana to somebody else in New York. However, Nana wrote a second letter, as everybody knows. He wrote a second letter and he sent it to the Attorney General of the United States, which was the groundwork in case the Trump administration comes in, because he believed that some US government can act on his opinions. He said, Rickford Burke is saying things on his podcast that are causing widespread violence throughout the length and breadth of Guyana. Can somebody name me those incidents of violence? The man said, and then I see another letter saying me, Mark, and Melly Mel. So all the black people who have podcasts that criticize the government of Guyana, they write in the US government and say, we causing violence. You see what they're doing, and terror. They're using buzzwords that would arouse the interest of US officials. Violence, terrorism. The Attorney General. And hear what else the letter said. We are criticizing government officials in Guyana and causing great harm to their reputation and character. And because of that, we should be arrested in America. Them they say they got world power. The same Attorney General who just went there, you just heard, went on national TV and slandered me. And then at the end had the audacity to say, sue me if you want. The lawsuit coming though. It come in. Man said I'm a sex offender and I rape a child. I mean, what moral authority these guys have to stand on? But Bharrat Jagdeo could jump up on a press conference today and say these.
We would also work with his administration to debunk a lot of the lies being peddled by some forces, including the opposition. For the past several years, they have been meeting US government officials and have been telling a bunch of lies to them. Almost every mission that comes to Guyana from the United States of America, they have a standard mantra. The PPP is racist, the PPP is corrupt, the PPP is incompetent, the PPP squanders oil money.
He's saying those are lies. The PPP government, according to Professor Clive Thomas, the people in the PPP government, the previous government, stole approximately $5 billion US. I have his report. Approximately $5 billion US. That could have built about 10 hospitals in Guyana. How dare you talk about us taking our money? We own this country. We East Indians in the PPP own this country. They must talk, but Afro-Guyanese can't talk and answer them back because they are supremacists, racist supremacists. How dare you speak about us? We are East Indians. We are from the PPP. And I'm not talking about all East Indians. I'm talking about those races in the PPP. And yes, I believe they're racist. And that's my right to express that view. Every day he goes and says, Burke is a criminal. Burke is a criminal. Burke is a criminal. Stereotyping black people. Every black person that criticizes him, a criminal, he's a criminal. That one there, Bharrat Jagdeo, who formed death squads that committed over 1,400 murders. Who the entire Western Hemisphere believe is a crook of international stature. Who was caught on video. On video. Attempting to negotiate, according to Vice News, to allegedly negotiate a $500 million bribe. Sorry, $500,000 US bribe. And he wasn't going to complain for people talking. Who the hell are they that nobody can respond to them? Who the hell are they that could be racist, discriminate against Afro-Guyanese, be corrupt, thief all the government money, thief all the money that belongs to the people, and you can't talk? As if the Trump administration would be the arbiter of what is fact and what is misinformation. Pampas? Oh, people say the man pampas it? What is that supposed to do? Like scare somebody? You guys could talk, but we can't talk, we can't respond? Bharrat Jagdeo even threatened members of Congress that he can deal with them. Tell the Trump administration you threaten US government officials with terrorism. Here is a government that has been undermining the US interests in the National Security Council of the United Nations, undermining Israel, undermining the US policy on Israel, undermining the US policy on Israel in the United States Security Council, back in China and Russia. And you got the audacity and threatening members of Congress. Sending Guyana police officer into the United States, violating US law, has Guyana police officers here conducting surveillance illegally in the United States, following the wrong members of Congress when they have Guyanese meetings. Attacking US citizens. That's what you should address with the Trump administration, Bharrat Jagdeo. Misinformation. Nobody in the Trump administration give a damn about you and your misinformation. This is not a banana republic. This is the United States of America, where people have free speech. Not Guyana, where the PPP believes only East Indians have free speech, or East Indian PPP members. And then he had the audacity to say he gonna ask Trump to sanction us to speak. How about the Trump administration sanctioning you for the death squad murders, Bharrat Jagdeo? How about the Trump administration sanctioning you for corruption? And here, talking about corruption, the US government just sanctioned 2 members of the PPP. His party, a permanent secretary, an official of his party, was sanctioned for corruption, bribery, kickback, and money laundering. How about we start right there? And then the Mohammeds. Mr. Mohammed was a candidate to Bharrat Jagdeo's. A candidate. He's an elected official in the PPP. Start there. Start with Mayor Thomas, who's a permanent secretary, the head of a ministry, who was sanctioned by the US government and charged for money laundering. How about all them government officials who get stopped at the airport for money laundering? They're all PPP. You don't want we talk about corruption? Tell them stop thieving, stop money laundering, stop laundering money. So as I close, let me say this to my fellow Guyanese. Don't be intimidated by these people. Don't be intimidated by them. They think that they could commit crimes against people in the United States and get away with it. They think they could frame people and commit transnational repression crimes in the United States and get away with it. And that Trump is going to give them a pass for thieving the government money, for killing people. $19,231 people watching. That's why they're scared of us. They're scared of information sharing. I have never seen somebody so audacious like Bharrat Jagdeo and the others. They could smear us, we mustn't respond. They could put out misinformation, we mustn't respond. Because you can tell Trump, what's that gonna do to him? Are we supposed to be trembling? You call us racist because we flag your racism and expose it, and we mustn't respond? Because that's, according to you, misinformation? Bharrat Jagdeo, give me a break. Ain't nobody scared of you. Have a good